Hello and welcome to the B60 Top 4 show. We've got myself, Sam, Emmanuel, and Nick on the show today. Before we get into the Arsenal-Chelsea game, I thought I'd start with Spurs, Nick.
What?
It-
Bro, these man, whenever we win, yeah, they never want to talk about Spurs. But when we win, when we lose, we're first fucking. Go ahead, bro. Just go ahead. What's your question?
what do you think of the game?
Premier League's done, isn't it? Premier League's been done for a minute for us, to be fair. Season, apart from the Europa League, season is done. I wasn't expecting to win today, though. A lot of players were rested, in it. If you just sort of started the lineup, there's obviously like a lot of players are recovering from Thursday, Europa League, but regardless, it's just a story of the Premier League season, isn't it? So, yeah, Fulham just a better team from start to finish. They should have won. We're lucky to even go in at half time 0-0. So, yeah, it's sad to say, but yo, these results are not shocking anymore. We're 14th. Luckily, we almost hit 40 points, so we're not going to go down, but season just a write off.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel for Postecoglou a bit because of the injuries, but do you feel like it's just worth him? Yeah, just the season's a write-off. Just go again next season, or I don't know. Do you still feel like he's the man for the job?
Yeah, he's the man. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's too reactionary. How many coaches are you gonna go through, bro? Like, yo, there's no magic formula. There's no Gareth Bale, Harry Kane walking through that door. You gotta look at the players, and the players are like mid as fuck. Like, I shouldn't be swearing like that, but yo, some of the players are just like average, innit? You're not doing anything with half of those players. The likes of Bissouma, you get players from the likes of Brighton, and you expect them to turn into what Barcelona. That's not going to happen, man. It's yeah, he's got to take it step by step. Let him keep building. And try and see some of these younger players and it develop, like Archie Grays, Bergval. You got Spence. You got some good young players, but yeah, just give it time.
Yeah, I think it's harder to get top quality nowadays as well. Because even like
Mhm.
players that are like pretty average or decent in the Prem, they'll go for like 50 mil plus. Like really top quality, you're looking at 100 mil plus nowadays. So it's difficult to recruit with the players and the price players.
Developing.
Yeah,
Fact.
exactly. Yeah, but I'll come on to the Arsenal Chelsea game. Manny, what do you think of the game?
I don't even know where to start, you know. Um, I've got a lot to say. I'm gonna keep it quick though. Firstly, it was a poor performance, start to finish. I think it was like from the 35th minute, we had a little spell where we kind of put you guys on the back foot, had you camping in your own half for a bit. Um, but I think it was like 35th minute to half time. I think we kind of put you on the back foot. But apart from that little spell, we didn't really show anything in the game. I think Kukurea had that one chance that kind of Raya spilled, and it just went past the post. But apart from that, just overall team poor perform. In fact, to be fair, I think the defense did okay, bearing in mind we're away at the Emirates, and we have been leaking goals quite a bit this season. So to concede one goal, I think this this performance is more on the attackers. When you're talking about, I think Neto played well, but you're talking about Sancho, that guy. I swear to God, we best not buy that guy, bro. That guy's a fraud. Sancho.
Bro,
uh,
I didn't even know it was playing.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know what gets me mad? He has I'm not saying he has so much potential, but like I don't know if Maresca's telling these guys on the wing, not Neto, because he actually likes to like try and get past his man, but like today Nkunku, Sancho, um, even Enzo, I know he's kind of not really playing the position he wants to because he's been kind of been asked to be that guy to me. Do you like the late runner into the box because we haven't really got that striker? But like the front, I think the front four played really well. The front three, apart from Neto, played really poor. And yeah, we showed nothing going forward. And I think for the talent that we have in our front line, for us to show literally nothing in the game, I think we had one shot on target in the whole game. I think it's quite appalling to be fair. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, Maresca, I don't know if he's telling these wingers to retain the ball, not try and take the man on in the final third, but yeah, it's not looking good. Right, we're back to square one we were like a couple of weeks ago, and it's frustrating watch. Don't know.
Yeah, I think watching the game, I know you've criticised him quite a bit sometimes, but I just think Robert Sanchez is actually pretty decent and made a couple good saves.
Didn't you? Did he make some good saves? I mean, I still don't. I think that guy has Maresca's needs. Car the way worming his way back. Did you see that he made? I think he made a mistake where I'm not sure you passed it to, but um, you guys nearly made something of it. But bro, he played all right, but he's not the guy whatsoever. We need to get rid of him.
What do you think of the incident with Maresca and like Timber as well? I think Timber said something about try harder, when they shook hands. I don't really know what's what.
I, I do that, mate.
Arsenal are so rude, bro. What do you mean try harder?
Is
No,
that what it
I
said?
don't know. I don't know what it was about. They shook hands. It wasn't like it was disrespectful or anything. I don't know what
I
happened.
thought
Maresca
apparently
had said something
he
to
was giving him advice or something. He
But
was telling him to do something right, or
was it?
which doesn't make sense because you're losing that Arsenal. You're giving the opposition player advice. Makes no sense.
yeah. I don't know what happened with that, but yeah. So Sam, what did you think of the game?
I thought it was from our end. I don't think it was that we didn't play too well. I thought we could have done a lot better because at one point we should have scored a few more goals against Chelsea because Chelsea was quite bad. There was no threat coming from Chelsea at all whatsoever. But with our attack how it is at the moment, it's nothing really much going forward. It's just defense, midfield, and then we're just recycling the ball, not really creating any chances at all. So it's just a bit flat in it. But yeah, I mean, so obviously the set piece won us the game, which no surprise. But I feel like at the moment with Arsenal, we kind of need set piece to score. Like there's nothing really going forward up front. I mean, Martinelli had some few glimpses today, but he wasn't really effective on the right. I feel like he's better on the left hand side. I thought
Yeah.
he should have played Ranieri instead of Martinelli. Then again, Ranieri came on, he didn't really do much. And then again, he's a 17-year-old, so you can't really expect much from him. So yeah, bro, I just feel like at this point we're praying for Saka to come back because we need him. Because without Saka, we're literally flat, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the thing is as well is the left hand side as well. I feel like when we have Saka and Ødegaard, everything comes down the right. Like if you look at our
Mm.
attacks, I think it's some stupid stat where it's like 65% of our attacks go down the right hand side, which makes sense. But like I don't know whether it's on Martinelli or Trossard on the left because I know they're both inconsistent. So I think they're partly to blame. But then it's like I don't know with playing like a Lewis Skelly or a Calafiori, they have that support. Like when you have Ben White, he makes those overlapping runs to help Saka. I know Saka's like obviously different gravy between him and Martinelli and Trossard, but I feel like I don't know whether the left eight we have either needs to make those runs like Xhaka used to support the fullback. Xhaka used to run inside to like create space for the winger on the wide area as well, but. I don't know, or whether the fullback on the left needs to overlap. But I feel like Martinelli and Trossard don't really get that much help. Like it's kind of just give them the ball and just expect them to do
Mm.
it. I know you can do that with Saka. You can just pass it to him, and sometimes he's double teamed and they'll still create something that makes him happen. But I don't think Trossard and Martinelli are on that level. So whether that's just we need a left winger equally as adept as like a Saka is when he's like double teamed or to take someone on, create something that makes something happen. Or I think we might actually just need more of a genuine left eight. Like I know it's looking like Rice has been playing there and he's doing all right, but I don't know. I don't know if Moreno is the answer as well from what I've seen. Because I think Moreno is one of them ones. I think he's actually better as more of a he's more almost like a CDM slash eight. He's not like a genuine box to box midfielder. I think he's more effective on the defensive side of things. Like he's great keeping the ball, keeping it moving forward, great with his passing, but I don't know if he's like a real offensive threat unless we do stick him up front and he's just there to, put crosses into. But I don't know. I don't know how we're going to address that balance because
I don't know, with Mourinho, I feel like he's a bit more. He's got that, there's that similarities to Shaka in a way. He can make those late runs. He's got a few goals
yeah,
this season, so I think obviously playing him up front, we're not really seeing that because he's not playing in the eighth, and obviously at the start of the season he was injured, so we didn't really see him much. I feel like Mourinho has just started to come alive now, so maybe when we get an attacker, striker, maybe next season we might see him in the air. He might look a lot more better. But yeah, I feel like on the left hand side we're lacking. If Saka's not playing, then all our attacking is just dead. So yeah, I don't know what the solution. I think we just need to address the attacking. I don't think it's just getting a striker. I think we need to address wingers as well that can score goals, players that can chip in as well. Because you can't just rely on Saka's goal. He's not gonna win us thing, is it?
yeah. And the thing is, when Sack comes back as well, the only person who's actually creating something since he's been injured is actually Wanyeri. I know, like the last
Mm,
2 games, I don't think he's quite been at his best, but he's the only one who has an option where he can cut inside, score goals, or he was creating. He was going down on his right foot as well. I feel like he can make things happen. Like he looks really positive, really progressive. Sometimes, like with Martinelli and Trossard, like you don't really like notice them in the game. I know Martinelli always has great work rate, but offensively, like Martinelli and Trossard could go missing sometimes. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to address that on the left hand side. Whether it is just I don't know, the ideal situation, just getting Nico Williams or someone in. But I think I get what you mean about creativity, and I think part of it's to do with how slowly we move the ball as well, especially in a low block. Because if they're sat that deep, you do need to move the ball quicker. I think sometimes, like,
mm,
if you're sat in a low block and you're playing the ball really slowly, it's so easy to play against. Because really, you're not having to shift anywhere as a defender. You can just stay in your position. I mean, the only way to break down as a low block, you've got to move people out of position, move the ball quickly, move the ball left to right faster. We do that, but it's too slow. When we're like the games in like the first half where we really struggle is when we're like really flat and move the balls like really slowly. I think when we start moving the ball quickly like we do in the Champions League, we play quick free flowing attacking football and we score goals. I know teams in the Champions League don't sit back as much, but I don't know.
mm.
I think we do need
There's more spaces in the Champions
yeah.
League because teams, like I said, teams don't sit back. Teams actually come out and attack us in a way. But I feel like the Premier League is just full of teams that just come in and to pack the box. To be fair, Chelsea didn't really do that this game. In all fairness, they did some spell, but they were still trying to attack us. Like I just feel like we didn't penetrate the attack enough as we should have done. But yeah.
That's why you might need a striker. But it all depends if Arteta wants to get one, innit? You might
Oh,
mind.
you everyone keeps saying Arteta. Why wouldn't he want to get a striker?
Yeah, I don't think it's Arteta not getting a striker. I'll be real. I think
Yeah, he's not him. He's not Arteta, bro.
like, I think
Arteta
if it was up to Arteta, I think he'd sign Isak tomorrow. I just don't think the boards are hot.
Oh,
with him, bro.
I
That
think
guy,
150 million. He's
that
at.
guy's happy with habits, bro.
no, I don't think he is. I'll be
Yeah.
real. Yeah, like it's very rare for Arteta to talk about transfers. The fact that like he publicly was saying we need a striker in January, that
Yeah,
tells
he was saying it, bro.
he's trying to put pressure on the board. He never normally talks about transfers ever. Like even when players are like heavily linked, he just says, I don't talk about other players. Like he never actually mentions specifically what positions he wants or anything like that. So I think I think that was like a call for help from the board to the board, to be honest. But obviously I think they didn't want to pay over the odds for Watkins or whatever. But yeah.
Bro, I don't get how come you man played that guy Moreno up front? Like, don't you have even a striker in the academy that's decent enough to do a job?
No, like apparently the only one who's like really coming through is this guy called like Harry Anus, but the kid's like 16. He ain't ready to play first team
Bro,
football.
you
You
don't
can you can't drop a yeah, you can't do
Yeah,
that,
like
bro. There's
you
no
can't just
point in
throw a
giving
kid
that.
in because you got injuries. I think
yeah, you
Moreno, to be
can.
fair to
That's
him,
the
it's
whole point.
basically like
Yeah, you can. What do you mean? No, you can't. You definitely
yeah, but
can.
like you don't throw a kid in if he's not ready for the first team though. Like you don't just play a 16-year-old kid because you got injured.
Oh, do that, bro. Sometimes you don't have a choice.
No, but the kid's not even playing in the under 21, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
saying,
he's
bro.
playing
You
in like
gotta
the
pick up
under
the kid.
16s or the under
Nah,
8.
no, bro.
Playing
He's
in the under
a kid.
21, bro.
He's too young.
He's
Nah,
training with the first team and stuff, but you can't just like, bro, it's a Premier League, bro. It's not like you're playing
bro,
like Championship or
I'm
League.
talking about,
Chuck a youngster in, it don't really matter. Like, it's
I'm
the
not talking about that 16-year-old kid. I'm talking about, don't you have put somebody in the under,
Oh,
like an
that
18?
that that 20 that they did that 22-year-old that came on the other game.
what that Butler Oyedeji.
I think so. Yeah, is that
Yeah,
who
but
you're talking
I
about?
don't, to be honest, I think he's a bit of a winger as well. But with him, I don't think he's really got a future at the club, bro. Like in the summer, we were trying to sell him, but like I don't just I made move didn't materialize, so he stayed. And the fact that he's like 22 and he's only just getting his debut from the into the first team shows that I don't think he's quite like the level that we're
How's
at, really.
You don't have one striker in your under 21s that can't come in and do a job.
Yeah, well, I think to be honest with you, I don't know if any of them are actually like again, I don't think any of them are actually at the level.
Your man should have kept you Obi.
No, we had Cheeto.
What's the keeper,
Cheeto's the
bro?
other one, but even him, like I don't think he even started for the under 21s either. I'll be
I
real.
think he would have been a good shot though. He was banging the goals.
Yeah,
Been a
true.
good shot to
Nah,
come in.
he broke our academy score. He got like 32 goals.
Yeah, he's moving like Haaland in the academy.
Yeah, he was doing bits for us, but you know, he's gone to United, hasn't he? I think Heaven who moved to United as well. He got stretched off as well, didn't he, today? So
Is it?
he had a pretty good game against us, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Why are
That's
looks
you
what I
like
guess, bro.
young
That's
kids?
what I guess, bro. The guy left his bro. I don't wish him luck. Why would I wish him luck? He left, bro.
True. I think you realise he ain't gonna get first team football. Like, let's be real.
To
I
be
don't
fair,
think he's any
it was a smart move for him.
massive.
I mean, I think it was a smart move for him because United, the way they are now. Remember when Arsenal was at that stage where we needed players like
Yeah.
youth players. We could rely on the senior players, so you need good youth players in there. So it's a smart move for him because he was always going to play for United. They weren't going to get into the Arsenal team anytime soon.
Yeah, true. And I think with them playing through at the back though, I think yeah, it'll give him more opportunities. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think we do need a striker. I know Isak scored in that Carabao Cup final today as well, didn't he? Newcastle winning. Well,
So I want the Isaac,
well,
bro.
trophy as well, but
bro. He's that
One
bro.
fifty, bro. 150.
You might are gonna have to sell the Emirates for him.
Right. Well, let's do it, bro. We
Pascal's
know
up
what
for
we know what the
yeah,
Premier
because
League in the
I've
Emirates.
heard as well. I think they're pressing ahead with trying to redevelop the stadium to 8,000. So I don't see any big outlays personally. I think the probably best option would probably be like I can see a Zubamendi, maybe Nico Williams and a Sesko coming in. I
That's
don't
big investment still.
I don't think we're gonna spend like nine figures on a striker, bro. I'll be real.
What do you think of Sesko?
Well, Sesko, I'm not convinced. I think he's raw. He's got potential. He might be one that develops into something. But well, the guy's got. I think I was real stat the other day. He's got 10 and 23 in the Bundesliga. He scored 14 the season before. We're looking for a 20 goal a season striker, and you can't even do it in the Bundesliga.
He's not doing it in the
Like,
Bundesliga.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that's a
expect a young
concern.
kid to then go from the Bundesliga, step up, and then score more goals. It doesn't make sense. I think the only one who I think, oh, well, there's two I think that are realistic in terms of like transfer fee that I reckon they're doable. They're probably Osimhen and Gyökeres. I think they're the two. If I had a choice, I'd probably go Osimhen because I just don't think Gyökeres' game is suited to the Prem. I think Gyökeres would smash goals in the Bundesliga. I think maybe even French leagues or PSG or someone not to him. I don't because I think if you look at his goals, a lot of his goals are in transition, him running at defenders, running at defense. Like if he came to Arsenal, bro, half teams play against him in a low block.
He's not going to do it. Yeah, he's not going to score
Yeah,
much
I don't think he'll have
in
that
that
ability to
system.
run at defender, like have space to weave in and out the box, score goals. He ain't gonna be able to do that.
No, it's Sesko,
Also,
bro. He's got the aerial presence. Cross the ball and we'll
yeah, I
get him.
suppose he is. He's like 6'4", 6'5", across the board.
You just got to put the ball in the box for those kind of plays
I think
against a low
the
block.
thing is though,
Sweet.
if he comes, they're gonna want a player that's like the guy. Do you know what I mean? That's gonna like take us to the next level. And I think there's gonna be a lot of expectation on him, and I don't think he's that guy yet. Like I'm
Who's
not
out there?
convinced he comes in and even starts over Havertz. Because we went for him last summer, and apparently the reason why he didn't want to go in, he wasn't even sure he's going to start with Havertz. Like, if we're going to have a striker that's going to score 20 goals a season, you need that guy who's like that I'm him attitude, like that confidence. Like most strikers, they breed off confidence. If he's like not even sure whether he can start over Havertz, I'm not sure he's going to be the guy that's like going to come in and like, do you know what I
He'll
mean?
come in. You just got to bread him in, innit? I mean,
That's
he
the
doesn't
thing.
have to come in and be a
Like,
starter. I mean, you just got to manage him properly.
yeah, but the time for us to try and win trophy should be now.
Yeah, but who's out there though?
Oh,
I don't. I don't want Osimhen.
you don't want us
I,
to.
I don't. I just don't. I just don't feel it. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, but I think
He's,
I know he's banged goals in every league he's been in though. Like he's banged goals in the
but
league.
why did no one,
Serie
Chelsea,
A.
Chelsea, why did no one sign him in the summer? He went
Yeah,
to
but I don't think Chelsea
Galatasaray.
signed him because of his wage demands, wasn't it? I think he wanted 330 a week. So Chelsea said no.
Just, it's just crazy,
Chelsea went
bro.
in from on loan
330.
on deadline day. They just didn't want to pay the wages. So I don't know. Uh,
I don't know, man.
at 62 million, I don't think that's a bad price for Austin, man. Like, bro, a couple seasons ago, they
How,
wanted
how old is this guy? How old is he?
Austin, man. I think he's 26.
Yeah, 22. That's decent age, to be fair.
Yeah, I think like I think Gyökeres is 27, going to be 27, isn't he? So he's a bit older. But I know I'd take Austin, man, to be honest with you. I think he'd be a decent. Isak's obviously the dream, but I can't see it happening, bro. I think it's more likely that Isak goes to Liverpool if they lost like Salah. I can see Nunez going to Saudi for like 70, 80 plus.
It's Liverpool won't pay that money for Isaac. They won't pay 120, 150.
Yeah, I suppose they
I
haven't
can't see it.
spent money recently, but I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out though. They spent big on Van Dijk, they spent big on Alisson. Like,
That's true.
if there's a player that they really rate, I think they'll do it because it's not like they spent a lot of money recently. Like in the summer, they didn't spend much money either, so they probably should have some money like lying around if they wanted to do it. Um, but I'll move on to hot or not. Um, Sam, who's your hot or not for this week?
Oh, for the week.
Yeah,
The game.
Arsenal Chelsea game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go with the Arsenal Chelsea game in it. I would say hot would be. Let's give it to Rice. Yeah, because I thought he had a solid game. He's just doing what Rice does every game. He was everywhere as well, so he helped in the transition too. So yeah, I'll give it to Rice. Cold, probably say he's got to go to the keeper, Chelsea keeper, Sanchez has to, because that goal, his positioning, I thought it was quite poor. He didn't get himself in the right position for that goal, and then that's why we won the game.
Yeah, I'm for my hot or not, I'm gonna go with yeah, I'll go with Rice. I think he's been at it the last couple of games. Yeah, his work ethic's just insane. He's driving team forward as well. I think I like that. He's sometimes the only criticism I have, like especially when he plays in six, sometimes he may be not as progressive as like a Partey. But yeah, I think he's been a lot more positive recently. So yeah, I'll give it for Rice. And then. I'm gonna go my not. I think it's a bit harsh on Sanchez. I think he made a lot of saves. I think he kept the scoreline down. But I'd go. I'm gonna go Cole actually. I'm not a fan of him. I'll be honest. I don't think it was one of his worst games, but again, I think he's someone. I know he's left-footed and he's English and he's centre back, but I don't really get the hype. I know he did well at Brighton. But I know he's a young player as well. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna go Cole. Manny, I'll move on to you for your hot or not.
Bro, I don't even know. It's like, do you know when you just like just like it's like you go in the hat and you just pick something out. That's what I could do right now because everyone was dead. But firstly, I'll probably say hot. I say Neto. I think there was times when he was driving the team forward. I liked what he was doing on the ball when he received it. Yeah, he was literally the only one in a Chelsea shirt that looked like he wanted to try and make something happen. I would say not. Either Sancho or Nkunku just didn't offer anything in attack, really. I don't want to talk too much because, yeah, it gets me mad. So just either one of them two, just very poor today.
Yeah, do you reckon there would have been a difference if Palmer played? So I know you said he's gone missing in big games, but
Yeah, he does go missing in big games, but it feels like I saw something on Twitter saying something like Palmer's form's kind of dipped off since Nicholas Jackson's got injured. So I don't know if that's a correlation in terms of, you know what I mean, like Nicholas Jackson and like the movement he makes to help Palmer. But yeah, I think Palmer was a miss. Like obviously, you know, even just him being on the pitch, it impacts the way the other team plays. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Even with I don't even want to use that as an excuse because the players on the pitch, there was enough talent on that pitch to do more than we did today. So yeah, that's that.
Nick, I'll go on to you for your hot or not this week.
Yo, what is it? It's just the Prem, right? So I can't. It's just
Hold
the
on,
last.
just for the Spurs game.
Was Fulham, yeah. You know what? I'll start with not, yeah. That Brennan Johnson, I've never seen a guy, yeah, who leaves off like GA more than him. That the only way people can like say that this guy's okay, you just have to say GA, like these back post finishes. That's all he's got. If you actually watch him, his performance is just poor. Like he's a winger, he can't beat his man. He's fast, but he doesn't know how to use his pace, so he just looks bare mad. Like I don't know, he's just not very good, man. But yeah, today that Antoine Robinson, he just locked him up, bro. It was just easy peasy, man. Hot, it would be today. We didn't even have that many good performers, to be fair. I like Solanke. Solanke played okay. Solanke played okay, but yeah, it was a poor. You know what? Let me give it Vicaria because he made some good saves. Like I say, in the first half, Fulham should have been clear, but yeah, they just kept missing chances. But yeah, man, tough being a Spurs fan, you know. Last 15 games this season. It's tough.
Yeah.
15 games in the Prem is crazy, you know.
Yeah, and on that point, I'll bring it on to like the final segment of the show. Yeah, I just want to have a little debate between you, Manny, and Nick, based on who you think actually needs to win a trophy first. Is it Enzo Maresca or Postecoglou? Nick, what's your take on it?
Right, so these are the coaches, it's not the clubs.
Yeah, like yeah, who actually needs a trophy? Yeah,
It's
out of
obviously it's Maresca, no? It's Maresca because one, the investment in the squad. Yeah, it's not his team, but well, it's not fully his team, but the investment is still like it's still. You know what I mean? It's still you got good quality investment in those players there. Two, he hasn't. He's still relatively new. He's still relatively new to to coaching. Obviously, he was an assistant, and he went. Was it Leicester that he was out for a bit after that being with Pep and that. So he's still relatively new. He done well with also with Leicester. I think they won a championship, didn't they? But Ange, he's won obviously at Spurs. The expectation just isn't. It's not comparable to Chelsea. You know, Chelsea expect titles. You know, if we don't win anything for the next 10 years, yeah, we'll get banned and whatever from other fans. But too tough. Nobody's going to really be too surprised if it does happen at Chelsea. He's going to get fired. Like without a doubt, he's gone. Um, and yeah, and obviously, like I was saying, Maresca's still like new to this coaching thing where Andrew's been doing it for years. If you're talking about Andrew specifically, you can go back to Celtic Day just a few years ago before we got him. He won hella titles in Scotland. I know it's like the most glamorous things. He's winning trebles, setting records. Like so, he's got pelts on the wall for many years, and then also when he was in Australia, when he was in Japan, like he was again. These are not sexy, glamorous trophies, but he's got loads of trophies. He's got pelts on the wall basically, but yeah.
yeah, Manny. What's your take on it? Who do you think needs to win a trophy sooner, Maresca or Postecoglou?
Yeah, I'd probably say Maresca too, just because of the investment. Like, no offense to you, Nick, but like, no one really expects Tottenham to,
Uh,
yeah, win trophies. Like, when you talk about Chelsea nowadays, you talk about them winning the league, challenging for the Champions League. Just trophies in general. You talk about Chelsea, and we've obviously brought in. I mean, the main reason why we've been sacking managers is because our league form hasn't been good enough. Like, obviously, you can win like a Carabao. You can. I mean, you look at Poch. He got to two finals. I think he did. He get to the FA Cup final and the Carabao Cup final. We didn't win them, but you know, for certain teams that would be a good achievement. But for Chelsea, I mean, we expect to be winning these things. Plus, the main thing's the investment. I think if the new owners came in and didn't spend any money, then there probably wouldn't be that much pressure. But the players we've bought, and I think with, I mean, what Caicedo, I think Caicedo is the British transfer record. I mean, you got to with players like that, you got to be kind of winning something. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think the pressure's on Maresco.
Yeah, yeah, that investment as well. Like, it's not in the transfer window, and Chelsea just made a double signing this week, bro. It's just like these men love spending money. It's like the owners don't like money. And I know there's that little clause in the deal, wasn't there, where they have to spend like what was that, 2.5 billion or something, and it's part of like the deal when everyone sold the club. But yeah, that Kenda, he looks like a baller. I can't lie. And you
And we
can have
don't, bro.
you can have Estevao as well. So like basically, you can have two of the best young right
We don't need
or
like
football, right?
we don't need these players, bro. We need a striker, a goalkeeper, and a world class centre back. We don't need this Kenda guy and Estevao. Madueke is good enough.
Yeah,
We're not.
but I don't know though, because like, don't get me wrong, I rate Madueke, but like, he's not someone who's like consistent. But like, if you look at Esteval's apparently the best talent in the whole of Brazil. It's not even just like you like
He's,
even Neymar says like he's the guy. Like Endrick came through at Palmeiras, the head of their academy is saying Esteval's the best talent they've had. So that's over Endrick. It's like this kid's meant he's already got 30 goals assists in the Brazilian league and he's like 17, bro.
do you want me to list how many wingers we're going to have when these players come in?
I know, I get your point. What I'm saying is like, I feel like Esteval's ceiling and Madueke's ceiling are a bit different. Like, I think Esteval's is up here.
Ah, I rate Madueke very, very highly. I think with a good run of games, getting used to the manager and the manager implementing a system, and when we get players in the positions where we need, I think Madueke will shine. I think a good example is players like Alanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi for Nottingham Forest this season. You give these players a good system, a good manager, and playing time. These players will shine. I think that's all because Madueke has mad talent. I think he could really be one of the best wingers in the league. He just needs that platform. We don't need this Esteval guy, this Kenda guy. I know these guys are top talents in Europe, but bro, I feel like we've already got the players. We need to stop spending money in the wrong areas and start spending it in the right areas. It's literally that's it.
I'll be real. You got enough right wingers. Like, maybe better off just even buying someone on the left, bro. I know you need a striker more importantly, but it's just, I get it, but I feel like in a weird kind of way, I don't know how much Todd Burley knew about football before taking over the club, but it just seems like any
But
young talent that pops up, you're spending money on.
bro, that guy's
I'll
a
be real.
kid.
I don't know if you're even interested in Mudryk before we were, and then like Arsenal on it. So yeah, let's jump on it, get him. He must be good. Do you know what I mean? That's what it almost feels like. Kenda's like the same thing. Man United are caught him, and then boom, you've jumped in and got Kenda. Like I don't know. I don't know how much like because you
There's
spent a lot of money, but your squad should be way better for how much you've spent.
yeah, no plan. There's no plan. It's just kind of any top talent. We just splurge money on them. It don't make sense. But I don't think we're really smart. And we're doing what Nottingham Forest basically did. You know when they just brought in about 30 players, and then you just hope it works.
You've got quality though, bro. Your team is sick on paper.
It is good, but
Bro,
They just need to gel. There was too many new men at the same time. Like on paper, Caicedo, good player. Enzo, you can be hit or miss, but overall was a good player. Like your fullback combo, in my opinion, is probably the best in the league. Whether you put Gusto or James out there, Cucurella, I like Cucurella, but that's me, and I don't know if you might disagree, but yeah, on paper you've got a good team, but I don't know.
did you see?
I don't know. I don't think Chelsea's fullbacks are even better than Spurs' ones. I'll be real.
That's mad. Yes, they
I
are.
think Gusto and James, yeah, fair enough. But like, I'd take a doggy over Correa. I'll be real.
Nah. Yeah,
Would you take a
from
doggy?
last season. From last season, yeah.
Yeah, don't.
Not this after. What did he do his ACL or something towards the end? Just doesn't look the same, bro. He's not as athletic. He's not as quick. Bro, he doesn't play. He doesn't even start anymore. Spence starts at left back. He looks
I
he's
rate
washed
Spence.
at 19. It's mad.
Yeah,
Huh?
Spence is even mad this season.
Yeah, it's just I don't know whether he's gonna be one of those ones that's gonna get lost because I know he didn't really play too much, did he, when he first came? But yeah, I think he's stepped up this season. He's looked decent.
That's yeah. But at Chelsea, though, I think it's similar conversation to what you were saying, Ryan. But one, obviously, they've not gelled in it. What Maresca was saying before the game was facts. Like you have had 5 years together. He's only just been there for like this is his first season, and they might walk over that. Or they probably will walk over that Conference League. They got good quality. They just need a striker, man. They just need a striker. But obviously, Nico Jackson coming back, he played all right. But obviously, there's still obviously another level to hit better than
And
him.
I think another position to be crucial. I actually think you need an experienced centre back, like someone who can lead and organise the defence, someone who can be vocal. Because in the minute, I think all your centre backs are relatively young, and it's like I think centre back's one of those positions where you need experience.
And they're all shit as well. Don't forget that. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Yeah, you've gone for a few, man.
Centre back.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the French ones as well, Fofana, the Sassy, Badi issue, like don't get me wrong, Fofana was balling out at Leicester, I'll be real.
What?
Fofana was balling out at Leicester before he signed him, but it's just injuries, isn't it? I think there's
He
still
had
injuries.
Cole would look good at Brighton. I don't know what.
Yeah, but
Chelsea man hate him
Chelsea's
there.
awful, bro. I don't know how the
Yeah, Chelsea man hate him, man.
Like these men were questioning, oh, why did Dan Burn get in the squad? Dan Burn's been solid this season, bro. How is no one questions Cole though? Like, I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense.
You see that clip of that guy said that? It's because he's light skinned. Light skinned, no shit. Oh,
What's bro? Light skin,
Privilege.
bro. Man.
But on that note, I'll end the show for this week. Thanks again, lads, for joining. Please like, subscribe, and I will catch you again next week.